Is Terminator 2 the best action movie ever made? Yes, it is. This is going to be a spoiler-filled review because if you haven't seen T2 yet, what are you doing in life? Hasta la vista, baby. Go watch it right now, be amazed, and pop your action movie cherry. Set 7 years after the events of the first Terminator, John Connor is born now and has foster parents, while Sarah Connor is in a mental institution because no one believes her story about Skynet and the Terminator. James Cameron, the master of sequels, sets this movie up perfectly with a super engaging and extremely fast-paced screenplay. And what makes it great is that although this is an action movie at its core, the story makes it something more because you feel for the characters. I feel like if you hadn't seen the first film, this movie would still work just as well. It's a mix of epic sci-fi concepts, emotional moments, epic action sequences. All of that comes together to make a really solid film that has it all, including some of the best chase scenes ever made. They actually drove a truck off a bridge. They actually drove a motorcycle off a bridge. All this stuff your brain knows is real. They crashed numerous vehicles, destroyed trucks, blew things up. All this stuff is practical and it makes this film hold up so well. Even better probably than when it came out because they don't make movies like this anymore. The shootouts, the helicopter crashes, all this stuff feels so visceral and like it has weight to it because it does. It's real. You're watching something that they actually did. If you made this film all CG, it would probably be the most boring movie ever made and the story would just be the only thing carrying it at that point. As for the characters and performances, Sarah Connor gives a radically different but even more epic performance than in the first film. She's tortured by her knowledge of the future to come, but stuck in an asylum because no one believes her. And then when she gets out and finally is able to do what she needs to do to stop this nuclear apocalypse, it's such an amazing catalyst to watch for this character to grow in the way she does and give an amazing performance to match. John Connor, played by Edward Furlong, is the perfect kid actor to play John Connor, and he gives a fantastic performance. And I'm usually really sensitive to kid actors and their performances. They usually stand out to me and take me out of a movie. This was amazing. It was Stranger Things level. And it goes without saying that Arnold is perfect as the Terminator, but he was able to do something special here. Somehow he was able to maintain that he's an unfeeling machine, but also able to develop a bond with John Connor that gave the film an emotional punch that it needed. I could go on for days about how amazing this film is, how groundbreaking, how it still holds up today, but in the end, so much has already been said about this movie. Really, this movie just means so much to me, and if you haven't seen it, I feel like you're actually lucky because you get to experience this for the first time. It's just a testament to James Cameron once again, his ability to write fantastic female characters, his ability to make insane practical action sequences. It's so inspiring and it's great to watch. Personally, it's a huge inspiration to me and I love this movie. This is my favorite action movie of all time. I just think I've never seen an action movie compare to this. Even some fantastic action movies that have great action sequences that are practical, they just don't compare to the storyline, the big concept, everything that kind of comes together, and the characters and everything that mash into this fantastic, perfect movie in my opinion. I can't name one issue I have with it other than the fact that at times the stunt doubles are a little bit obvious, but what do I expect when they're doing insane stunts? I mean, I don't really care. With all that said, I'm happy that this movie has been so critically acclaimed over the years. I'm one of hundreds, thousands of people that talk about how good this movie is, but I will say I do enjoy the first movie more. Now, that's not a knock on this film. I just think they're two different genres that both films take place in. The second one is really just a straight up action movie to me, so I just prefer the first movie more, I think, because of that, but I love both films on their own, and this is my favorite action movie of all time. Thank you guys for watching. Look forward to my True Lies review coming out next week. That will be my 5th installment of my James Cameron series of reviews leading up to the new Avatar movie in December. I'm so excited to share my thoughts on True Lies. After that, I'll be doing a review of Titanic with my fiance, and that'll be a really good time, so stay tuned for those.